Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your daily sunshine report for December the 18th. The energies on yesterday was very, very interesting. For me, you always know I film either the day before and the night before so that you could wake up. Those of you all want to know what the intentions or the intent of the day for the next following day. So I'll speak the 17th, the energies were interesting. I know I said something exciting event might happen. Those of you all that might have had something that occurred, I say that with me, I was kind of tested to try new solutions and new ways to different challenges, different things that trigger. I watched a video with that was kind of recommended by my friend Exotropic Exoterica, which was of two twins. Hold on, it's jumping because I seen this twin flame revolution, and they were talking about triggers and how your soul, your soulmate or twin flame or Unisouls, as I call it on my channel, will continuously keep on pressing that button to bring up those triggers to say, okay, let's go all the way back and go back and heal those things. Today I listened and I tried something different. I said, okay, you know what, he's talking, he's asking for something, and I'm not going to let it trigger me like it usually do, because sometimes I think he kind of keeps on pressing that like a kid playing on the piano, hitting that wrong note, and you like, God dang it, get off of that daggone note. Stop playing the damn piano. Stop it. And so, you know, we have a tendency to react due to whatever kind of emotional ties that what has happened is tied to why that bothers you. Because like with me, I'm a person, I can hear the same thing over again, pattern of noise. I know they said there's a word for that. Those people that's really a condition, that stuff, you know, that kind of, it work. I mean, when I say it works with nerves, it works with nerves. So that same thing with we'll find our Unisoul counterparts are pretty much doing things that kind of, if you're in communication with them, they kind of trigger. And I thought, just as a cliff note, if you don't have time to watch the Twin Flame Revolution, is to just kind of find a new way of how to tackle it when those triggers do happen. Like he calls you, and then, you know, say, oh, we on the love boat, and he's calling and he's texting and he's messaging, and then all of a sudden he just stops. And there goes the trigger. Like, what's going on? Bringing up abandonment issues from your father, abandonment issues from that ex, and all that stuff. So, you know, kind of bring up another thing. Okay, all right, with this space, and you stop communicating with me. Okay, that gives me free time to go do this, or go, you know, go to this play that I said I was going to do, or give me time to really handle and do my bills that I've been trying to push off because I didn't want to kind of deal with it. But I see I got to really deal. So this is a nice, fine time for me to do it, or for me to play some music. Did you do something artistic? I gave you, the teacher and me gave you assignment to go do some artistic. I did some with me, I listen to music. You know, I'm a dance teacher, so I don't have any choice, but that's also with artistic as well. Or finding creative solutions. Artistic, I told you, which was using creativity, which I did use a creative solution in how to deal with what was going on with the divine masculine and I today. Which have been yesterday for you all. So yeah, I wanted to show off. I came down in I found these at Ross. I don't know if everybody has Ross. And this is my PJs. I came down because I'm right after this, I'm going to rest. Because these ascension signs or whatever, between the ascension sign on my end, what's going on with the divine masculine, and trying to deal with both of these things, the energies in the world, and purge for the whole collective, and all this stuff. It's like, you know, I'm there, agitated, irritated, all those things, you know, but still, I said I got to get on with my mission and come down here. So I thought, I say, isn't it funny? Because I don't know you can see because it's got such a thing. But I've been talking about the rainbows, and this is the only thing they had at Ross. You know, at Ross, you got to kind of pick through the things to find your size. This is the only thing that PJs, because I needed me some, that was in my size. And so now we have here with the rainbow. And I always say correct that arch over to your divine masculine. So now when I dream, this helps send a subconscious kind of message to me that, you know, send that arc over there, that good feelings or those things over to my divine masculine, to my counterpart. Another thing that I had seen is in reading my book today, my phone cut off again. I was listening to Elizabeth Lund, they did so far, and it was like, okay, that's enough. Go back to the book because there's some things I want you to share from the book. So going back to Cotland of America, today's read was talking about how we have gotten to the point that we don't try to see the best in everybody. Okay, we automatically, due to our religious beliefs, like I told you in yesterday's read, that I really feel that this is something that's going through the air. I'm seeing as a pattern that they're really trying to bring to our attention that some of the way that we've been brought up, our religious beliefs, our own beliefs, social media, education, anything that has came and helped put a mindset in your mind as far as a specific philosophy to life or handling the things needs to be questioned at this point. I watched the man, this is another one, I watched him as well, which is Gold Ray Twin Flames. I watched him. Sometimes he could be a little kind of like, oh, okay, I can't get with that. But today he also piggybacked on what I was talking about. He said, you must remember that we come here as light workers, as twin flames, to come change the way we think about how love is. Some of us, and I'll say without eluding and saying what specifically is going on in my karmic, in my situation with my divine master and his karmic things, some of the things that we're doing as far as love has got to be kind of twisted around in some of our beliefs that we keep on feeling guilty about maybe being in certain situations. Is we got to remember that, and I keep on hearing say, love is love, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the situation is. And at times, it does not matter if it's in the way in which society wants us to look at things, and we're talking about the love between a man and a woman and a woman. Or even, I've seen it on Facebook, if it's three. It was one couple, they were saying there's one woman and two men, and they were sharing this whole woman, and they said that they had an understanding with each other. That is love. Rather is if it's two couples, and they intermingle, and they swap mates. That is love, you know. All my thing is, it doesn't matter as long as it's not hurting anybody, harming anybody in the process. If everybody's walking in there with eyes wide open and not eyes wide shut in a situation, then, you know, if that is the new way in which love is to be expressed, and it might look different from people to people, person to person, situation to situation, that is what us as divine twins or unisouls, divine unisouls, is coming to create a new template that goes against the norm of what society says is. You know, we might get to the point that find out when you're talking about the institution of marriage, we'll find out that that has been done all wrong, okay? That this is not how in which the divine looked upon how marriage is. Some things that has been instituted of how relationships are supposed to be is either instituted through religion, is instituted through, you know, political things, how society say it helps work out in the whole play of everything, how it benefits them. And so not to be kind of going heavy, but those are some things that we kind of got to really kind of look at as far as how is some of our beliefs kind of conflicting with who we are spiritually, what we are here is being divine, you know, Are these things and these beliefs restricting us to be able to go to a higher level, to really truly express and be with our divine masculine in union? Okay. And so going back to the book, Coddling of America, he was saying that at this point, we're getting to the point where we are not practicing, I want to get the term right because you know how my brain goes. We are not practicing the principle of charity. Now, when he has said that the principle of charity, and long story short, I'll try to make it as brief as possible, he talked about an example of a professor at Yale. And you all might be, I think her name was Yale, or her name is Spelman, because I'm talking about Spelman College. And she had, a student had wrote a letter to her saying that they didn't really like the culture that was there at Yale, that it was set up a certain way, in a certain manner, for a certain type of students. And that student that came there didn't really feel welcome, didn't feel like, you know, what they were doing was catering to the culture. She wrote a letter back to the student stating that, I welcome us having a meeting. I'd love for you to come into my office and talk to me. You know, I want to find new ways in which we can shape and reshape the mold of things that's going on at the school. And what did she say that word for? The person had just went off, did it on emailed her back, and then also plastered it publicly. The letter from the dean, or whoever, the president of the school. I think she's president. Let me give her a correct title. And then went on ahead, and that started a fire starter of others. Students, and she's like, well, and she responded back, the young lady, the students responded back, well, I guess I don't fit the mold. You know, she wants to meet with me, but I don't fit the mold. And so Miss Spellman was stating that was the kind of the finger of the pulse, or the terminology that was being used there, is that we got to kind of mold people, you know, to really kind of think a certain way on the campus, you know, kind of curve the things, the culture, and we kind of mold and shape things the way it is. That went and snowballed. It was protest on the campus, everything. So it was back and forth, and it resulted in Miss Spellman resigning totally from the whole her position at Yale University. We went on to the point that they were saying they was filming her while they was protesting. She came and she tried to say some words that she apologized. People was like, "Bum, I don't want to hear it. It's too damn late. You shouldn't have used that. You told us we don't fit the mold. This group of people, or race or ethnicity, or whatever class or group." And, you know, that started it on. And so they had filmed and showed her on the video where she was closing her eyes. And they was like, look, even she's going to sleep on us while we're giving our speeches. And so they was like, you know, she's like, I wasn't going to sleep. I was closing my eyes because I was trying to stop myself from crying. And, you know, I was just trying to center myself. So I say this all to this. We have, even us as divine twin souls, or unisouls, as I like to say, came to the point that we have lost our sense of principle of charity. Now, some of y'all say, what do you mean? We have gotten to the point that we have seen both the divine feminine and the divine masculine have seen our counterparts from the point of we are not given a principle of charity, which means to give people a benefit of the doubt, to always see the good in another person. We do that in society. We do that if we see somebody with a hoodie walking down the street. We automatically is thinking, okay, this person's here to rob me. They up to no good, or whatever. You see a group of African American males together, you automatically think, oh, something's about to go down. Okay, you automatically, the way a tone of somebody speaking to you, already you're ready to say, okay, they're talking down because I'm a woman. They wouldn't talk to me like that if I was a man. Okay, and so those are some of the things in which we are already society when we look at the divine masculine. Some of our experiences, some of us as divine, when we look at our divine feminine, some of it because our childhood experiences, some of the things that's been in society, in media, all those different things, they played a part of us not giving everybody the principle of charity. I thought that was very interesting that they say principle of charity, because charity is another angel that you got your Shamuel and Charity, and between those two also are resonated in the heart. So some kind of way, when we're talking about our heart chakras, we have lost that part of residency of being charitable to one another by giving the benefit of the doubt, especially with the divine masculine. And I can say that I'm guilty of that, because even after I had finished filming and doing my video taping of yesterday's thing, after I kept on asking, like, why, what's going on? I was so frustrated yesterday. I had broke down and I cried, because it was just like, I had got an epiphany afterwards. I say, you know what, I can't, if I'm saying we're Unisouls and we're sharing this experience, I can't get to the point of saying that it's all you. And I was sitting there and I said, oh my God, I can see the point and the time and the date in which I helped to create this karmic situation for you. I know exactly what I stated. I know I was said it in frustration. And that is, it takes two of us. And I can say, well, divine stuff say, don't take the brunt for it all on your own. It takes two. Yes, it does. He was willing to go on into that karmic situation, or that remediation, start that remediation plan with the karmic feminine, or the karmic remediation partner. But at the same time, I played a part too. I can't let him be all the heavy on that. And it just came to me. I said, oh my God. I started saying the Hawaiian prayer about it and saying, I apologize, because it wasn't all you. It was me. Please forgive me that I did, through both of us in our thought process, put you in that situation. I thank you for still constantly trying and still with the connection. And I love you for it. Just really seeing that, and I was glad this morning it gave me, it's like, yeah, I lost the principle of charity, because it had gotten to the point that I was always looking at the divine masculine in such negative glasses, okay, what is this you using, and just from all these other different kind of I'm not painting him no angel, but from my thing is that if we are truly, we are Unisouls, this is us. Teamwork make the dream work. It's us together that's creating these situations with that. And it just really came to me about that. And so the principle of charity was lost, and we've gotten lost in that within our spiritual, our inner works and our outer works in dealing with the world. And so that's, just to kind of remind us as divines that that's really what our template of changing and shaping and molding, to use what President Spellman said, of this new world to come in, is really, you're going to have to, that's part of unconditional love. That's a part of the Christ-like, the Christ mind that you have, which you just really already, proven innocent until proven guilty, or you already given out the olive branch already. And some of us, honestly, that's another thing that's blocking us to the union, saying this. Some of us saying, hell no, I ain't ready for that, because, I still believe in the eye for an eye. Well, okay, there go another principle that's either been brought to you through childhood or whatever, that's acted as a blockade into union. It's just a different way. It don't mean to lay down and, and just let people walk all over you. But at the same time, you kind of got to decipher and see, is this worth the battle? Is this really, sometimes let me sit back and really see What is the divine masculine's motives? What's happening? Why is he choosing not to commit to me? You know, is it something in his childhood? Maybe he's seen his mom having a man after man after man growing up, and he's like, oh, hell, I don't want that, because that's all women do is commit to man, to man, to men, to men. And it ain't never no commit. I ain't going to never have that happen to me. Okay, cut it off. Or is it with the word, same thing, divine feminine? Saying, okay, I see my dad was cheating on my mama behind her back. I ain't even gonna give my heart to nobody when I grow up. So you could say the deuces to that idea, you know. So, you know, it's just all of it is stemming back to something, and it's cutting off our principle of charity. I like that that term, which is housed in our heart chakra. It's acting as a blockade to that. And so I would just say really to you today, try to find other solutions when dealing. If you're in communications with your divine masculine, or if you're not, I'm saying even when you're thinking about them, try to find a new solution and a new way of looking at them. Okay, I'm going to do something different, because I promised that I wasn't going to be on this all day. I'm not going to look about what's in the masculine's mind space, heart space. I'm just going to pull some cards and just let it tell me a story. So we're going to look at the overall. Then I'm going to say what's my overall theme for the day. Clear for the divine feminine. What's the overarching theme for the day? What is for the divine masculine? Clear for the 18th. Oh, okay. What are some events that's going to happen? Clear. Woo, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Okay, but you shot over and you went on him, so that's that one. And here, I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe that clarify that. And what is it now? I didn't really say who it was, but you shout out. So for the divine feminine, give me some overall, give me a story, or what's the overarching things or events that's going to happen and occur for the day. This is a nobody. What does she have to surrender? Clear. The divine feminine. As hot as the dickens in here, I'm going to have to open up the door. What's she going to do? Surrender for on December the 18th. Wow. What's in some romance? For the divine feminine. I'm sorry, I got to open up. It's too hot. Excuse me. Story again. Okay. And okay, thank you. Okay, bam, this is what I want. Okay, we use clarifiers for as we go along. Okay, woo, Jesus, I'm getting hot. Back and forth. Overall energies for divine feminine is you got to today, you got to work on your energy, okay? That makes sense for me. Healing, doing some Reiki work. So some things might occur and some situations might occur that has you to heal, okay? A situation might trigger it to say, I got to heal with this. It's like I was talking about these triggers. Things come around saying, okay, I got to heal. So something might happen, some situation might come up, might be for divine masculine. Not from divine masculine, could be for anybody. They say, okay, let's deal with this. Okay, you got 4 air, which is conflict. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Okay, so right now you kind of conflicted. Okay, and I know we usually when I had seen these cards here, this to me always was the divine and the karmic, okay, or divine or remediation. So some of you all divine feminines might be in a situation that you're torn in between the the divine masculine and your karmic masculine. Okay, I don't talk too much on the channel about that, but this is popping up here. It needs to say it's time to rest before you make a decision. Whoever this feminine I'm talking about, this kind of resonating between two situations. And so when you get rest and you meditate, you're going to get a clear understanding. That's going to help you work on your energy as well. When we're talking about Ace of Earth, so this is in the material things, the inflow of abundance and promising business venture, important documents, or contracts. So this to me look like I'm reading for maybe a specific one. So this divine feminine that I'm seeing, this situation is talking about, there's several of you all. One of you all is having some issues with finances. It's saying some things you got to learn how to work on healing that today. Healing, some ways of doing that is, you know, making room for you in your space. Another way is healing that is also just actually saying, let me start budgeting, start doing things financially with that. Abundance can also be about even creating the space, like I said, for new things to come in. Again, clean house, create this space to happen. Some of you all are really thinking about, you might be working on the business venture as well. And so it's really becoming very promising. And then some of you all, I see important documents and contracts. Now, some of you all might be involved with a marriage, or either you got a house or property, some kind of contract that's dealing with you, that's got you bind in between trying to make this decision between this karmic masculine and this divine masculine too. So that's why you're feeling kind of really tired about that situation. So it's two of you all on that one. So over the course of the day, you got to learn how to surrender to spirit, especially about this situation, this divine feminine that they're pointing and bringing, shining a light on. Because you got to surrender to spirit, because especially if you're doing this energy and you're working on healing, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine, let spirit work its magic for you. So I'm talking specifically to these three. This one of them is having problems with the influx of your abundance. Just do this like Donnie McClure said, after you done all you can, you just stand. Okay, so that's what you have to do. So also these people, you've been kind of, some of you all been in some business ventures, you've been toiling, you've been really working on it, and saying, you know, after even God had rested on the seventh day, you've been working, it's time for you kind of rest. Sometimes you want to keep on doing that, because, you know, sometimes you keep on doing things over and over again and adding on extra stuff to do and all that stuff. You find yourself, you kind of mess things up. So sometimes it's kind of good, stop, take a seat back, look at it from a distance, kind of say, let me rest, let me go back and have some fresh ideas on the situation. Now, as far as when we're talking about your idea of love, the focus on love and romance, with this love with your divine masculine. Right now, you are keeping an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Again, the way you thinking that your expectations of how this is going to happen with your divine masculine is kind of pretty much going to come in a different way. It's going to be like, keep on saying, rock a sock 'em, blow your socks off, how this is all going to come together. So it don't matter how you might sit there and wreck your brain, you ain't going to never find out how this is all going to come together. Okay, you might have some inklings, but they saying, I promise you, it's going to come in a different way than where you had expected. Some of you all thinking about, as far as your divine masculine, you see that this could be the one. Oh, yeah. It's getting nice, fine. This could, I know my voice carries in the house. This could be the one. You know this. I'll even say this for myself. I sound like Lindsay Cowling saying this is an experiential talent. And what I mean by experiential talent means that I experience it before I tell you about it. So I know even experience with myself, I've gotten epiphanies, more getting grounded and saying, okay, yeah, he is my divine masculine. You know, let me stop playing these games. he is not, is beyond this could be the one. You're pretty much getting into that, knowing that. You got next thing, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Fork in the road feeling, semi is there, and I'm getting several messages on this one when we talk about separation. I want to say separation from your thoughts, especially when I see it's followed by new love. Separation for the way of how you look. Old love, I just went through my rant about using these old principles and beliefs and things, and how you're expecting things to happen according to your old belief systems. Remember again that we are divine twin souls or divine unisouls, and knowing that we're going to go about it and getting this thing called love in a whole different way than the average Joe's blow off the street. Okay, so you kind of really got to separate from this ideal, and I'm not going to say it's really him in the physical, but this ideal idea of how you think that this divine masculine is going to look. You got to separate from that, and you know, it's time apart is on the horizon, because he shouldn't be coming as your divine masculine the same way of how he was before. He should be right now. All of us is evolving, leveling up, coming to higher things. So right now, when I think what it's saying about separation, it's not separation to physical. Now it's going to be a slight percentage. I keep my mom in saying, divine sunshine. Now, you know that this could also mean that 10% it could actually mean that it's separation. Some of you there, it might mean that, because some of you all might say, you know what, it's 2019 coming in. It's time for me to make way for a new love. Time for me to put the deuces up. I done did this long enough. I've been out over this 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 30 years, 15 years, whatever. He ain't thinking about coming my way. I'm not putting my life no more on hold. Not going into 2019, because I heard 2019 is the year of love. Fine. Or you could look at this as saying separation from this idea of this codependency on your divine masculine. And to me, this looks like this you as a divine feminine is saying, you know what, I'm going to be the greatest love of all, like with the I believe the children are future, teach them well and let them lead the way. So right now you showing all the beauty you possess inside to yourself. You know, the angels have been talking to your higher power, higher entities have been working with you. And right now, I wouldn't even say he bowing down to you. Like, bow down, bitches. No, we ain't doing that. I think right now, is to me, is like, move him down out the way. He's there. I know he's there. But right now, my view is on other sites. And I know you're there. So I'm kind of getting, like, he's not an obstruction. But he is of your view of where the new you or the new love that you seeing that you want to obtain and have. You've been doing a lot of working on yourself. You've been doing a lot of toiling and reaping and sowing and all those things. And so really to me, when I look at it, it's like, you know, it's like Patty out there, I got a new attitude. So you got a new attitude about yourself, new swagger, new this. You to me, you like in my divinity, it's like, yeah, I see you. You know, but right now I'm telling you where I'm at, I ain't concentrating on you like I used to. You know, I used to be studying you, used to be thinking about you all 24 hours, what the divine masculine doing, what he doing, what he about, where he going, oh my God, and all that stuff. It looked like a person like, you know, okay, I see you. Believe me, I trust you. I see you, boo. But right now I ain't studying you like that anymore. So that's what it is to me, is that separation. Like I say, it's a couple of you all that might be saying, no, divine sunshine, I'm going to call it where it is. I'm fed up. I want the new love. I am feeling the separation. That's it. So that's what's going on with that one. I could get clarified. I'll go on that later on. I'll come back to that. Okay. This going to be long. Let me stop saying I'm making sure, because it don't ever happen to it. The overall energies for you, divine masculine, is you got grief and anger. Okay, grief and anger. So right now you're kind of going through this. You could be going through the dark night of soul, or right now you feeling like there's a death You're angry probably right now where you are. It's like sleepless nights. You figuring, you know, right now, some of y'all watch somebody's video, they're saying that they're getting the divine masters. You all getting to the point that you're tired of being alone. You're tired of being with this remediation feminine partner. You know, she ain't it, she ain't cutting it. You got to cut it. So she ain't she not making it happen. It's just empty. She be a body there, but it ain't nothing happening there. Okay, so this is your energy for the day. Grief and anger. Okay. You have here what's the situation that's happening today is events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. Okay, and the spirit said, you need to clarify that. Yeah, I do. What's causing this grief and anger? Clear. I was like, no, I don't need no clarifier. Regeneration of some things. Okay, so some things is dying that's already there, but you taking it and you regenerating and creating it something new. So that will be, if you're talking about your love life or where you are, you kind of, oh, that's this. Okay, you kind of at the point that I heard a hard pitch of sound. I'm like, where'd that come from? You're probably at the point that, again, just like lava, something in you got this, to me, this is a volcano card. Something within you is erupting. And it's coming out the magma becoming into lava. It creates something new. Okay. Okay. You give me another thing to clarify this regeneration is grief and anger. Gave me 2. Okay. Because there's chaos and conflict going on with where you are, and you feel that the stars are not aligning, and it's some fated event that's on its way that's about to happen. Okay. So that tell you right now it's conflict right where he is. It's conflict, probably him not want to be there in the situation, either alone. If you say you might be divine masculine, say, I ain't got nobody, I ain't got no karmic. Stop even putting that in there. It's this a situation, just me, myself, and I. Okay, me, myself, and I. God at the end. That's what I found out. So this is here. So right now you say grief and anger is just you. Okay, so right now you want to regenerate some things, start something anew. This already has existed. Something is erupted. That's the volcano card within you. Some ideas, or you got fed up, or anger, or whatever, and it's bubbling over. Now it's going to create something new because it's some chaos, and you feel that some fated events, some things is lining up, and you can feel it. Okay, so now what's going on with you is, then bring the glasses down, is Earth, 8 of Earth, which means in the material world. So skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. So right now, this came in reverse. So right now, in the material, in the earthly world, or in the physical world, or 3D world, you having some problems really kind of understanding what's going on. So things is a blockage to your rewards. You are not, I forgot when I lean back, you can't hear me. You are not really knowing what's going on. You just know you got to feel it. Like, you know, you got to feel it. Yeah. I got to feel it. Something, whatever. After the Black Eyed Peas thing. So right now, that's what you got. You got to feel it. Going back to school, you don't really have a knowledge. You really don't really know which way, how to go. But you might be, some of you all might say, okay, I'm getting a point. There's a couple of divine masters do, you know, kind of research a little bit more and finding out what's going on with this divine Unisoul partnership. 9 of Fire. So don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So this person is really standing very firm. You pretty much, I'm seeing when I looked at this card, like the divine feminine is out there really fighting a good fight by herself. And you saying to yourself, I need to go join her on the battlefield. You know, I'm a soldier on the battlefield, and I'm fighting for the Lord. Okay, so now with that, Divine, don't give up. So you really at the point you say, I'm not giving up. I might not know what the heck going on. I feel something faded. The divine is going on. However, I can't let her keep on, like I told you yesterday, you can't let her keep on doing this and not throw her a little something, say, you know what, we in this together. It ain't just you by yourself out there. You know, I got to kind of throw some bones or some something out there to let you know that we in this. And so, again, I showed you the building blocks cards on yesterday, letting you know he said he does not want to start back over again like Brian McKnight. Start back at 1, back to that over again, and then start all the way up to 10 and have to go back all over again. So he's really at the point of saying that he wants to protect what he's already created with you all. So your communication, or you really working on in the 5D element, he wants to kind of keep that going there. So at this point, Divine Masculine, you're going to have to find yourself believing in yourself today. Yesterday, you had some self-confidence issues. Today, you got to deal with that. And so you got now, the next card is the 8 of Water. 8 of Water, which is a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. And that's what you kind of get in this point, because you've gotten to the point that now, I think they was talking about that man, he's talking, the Gold Ray Twin was talking about spiritual maturity, and like if you're getting into dream state and you dream yourself doing something over and over again, he said that's how you know you're becoming into spiritual maturity, and you're trying to fix that thing in that dream, although you're doing it over and over again, because they were saying that the subconscious is allowing you now to work with your higher self in helping you to create change in your life. So right now, you know that it's time. You're desiring to move on, and you're really having to search for something new. That's what's causing this regeneration that came out there. 8 of Fire. Today, events moving at a fast pace. Did we have that already? Oh, I did this already. Did I? Delays are over many things. Hold on a second. Why does that sound like something else? Okay, am I repeating myself? Okay. Okay, so events are moving at a fast pace. That adds up to this fated event that's about to happen. So something's going to move kind of fast today. And you're going to see some delays. Something's going to be removed, too, to help to start this regeneration process. So to me, it'll be like regenerating the love that's between you and the divine feminine. Whatever you had started, maybe you had stopped the relationship abruptly. Something's gonna come along here and help kind of regenerate it back again. And you got a lot of things, many things happening at once. You might become a little overwhelmed, Divine Masculine, but what I would say is to stay grounded at all times. Practice some breathing, deep breathing exercises to help you kind of get in touch with where you are and grounded. You're going to have to surrender to the wonder and awe. So open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. I was going to say what this is, whatever this is, it's going to kind of, like I say, knock your socks off. With this here, that's going to happen. Something is going to be like, oh my God, there is a Santa Claus. You know, like the commercial with the little kids, like, I saw Santa Claus. You remember was in that Coca-Cola commercial? I know I'm dating myself. And they come down and he's like, shh. And they're like, that's how you, whatever it is you're going to be feeling that way today. Just surrender to it. Don't try to name it. Don't try to claim it as your own. Just let it just flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. So, just Tony Braxton it. Okay, so now I got this on the side. Okay, this did come out with Divine Masculine. Okay, cards here. I'm going to put this as overall to me. That came out here. I'm going to put that overall. Let's go to the heart thing where it says very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Now, which is true. You got to kind of, right now, you got to make a decision, you know, go with the flow, go with the awe of it. And then really, to me, look at these things that's happening in your world, life, world, and affairs, and seeing, okay, all of these things are pointing in one direction, which is me wanting to be with this, in this kind of manner with my divine feminine. And so for this to happen very soon, you've got to make a decision. Maybe you might not want to do things in the earthly plane as far as this. Sorry, I'm moving around like my spiritual mentor. She's moving all over the place. And I'm doing it as well. That in order for this to happen, something's got to be, you got to make decisions to make a change. Man in the mirror, like I said, card with like Michael Jackson. Look at yourself. Seeing, is it something that you need to change spiritually? Is it something you need to change mentally? Something you got to make a decision to get a made up mind. Because I told you, heart is fine, but somebody where you got that made up mind about, yeah, this is what I want. I want my divine feminine. I want her here physically with me. I want free of blocks. I don't want to have any karmic situations anymore. I really want to now, when going into 2019, starting now, just like my students say, 2019 starts now. So starting now, this is the kind of preempt or whatever, like the Bears, the getting you ready to go off into the playoffs, which is 2019. So now, you know, we became champions at this point as divine feminines and divine masculines. So at this point, I'm like, I'm ready to go ahead and do this without any of these hindrances. I need a breakthrough. I need a miracle to let these things happen. So you got to have a made up mind. When you got that made up mind thinking just like that, the heart is going to kind of follow in and say, okay, he's ready. Okay, yes, let's do that. So that gets the heart and the mind to be aligned and ready. Okay, this one, I'm going to say this to me, card speaks to me and say, watch it. You know, like they say, watch out now. Watch it, sucker. So for both of you all, this is your watch it, sucker card. You got to watch it as far as you being frivolous or too cautious with money. Now, this could be money, but what I tell you all money represents? Money represents the tangible substance of love. So I'm going to take money out the situation and say, watch it, how you being frivolous and cautious with your love. Good business decisions. You got to make a good business decision. That means how are you going to handle this analytically with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Okay, giving to those less fortunate. So even with those that I would say not even less fortunate, like in money, but in love, you see them struggling. Again, practice the principle of charity. See them coming with good, that their acts of everything that they do, call it good and very good, no matter what they're doing. You're like, but he messed with the karma. I'm going to call that good. Oh, hell nah. He ain't no good then what he doing. And he did me with the karma. Still, look back into it. What is he doing? Is he going into it to heal in the situation? Did he have childhood trauma? Was he had any kind of sexual traumatic thing happen to him? Why would he go running into some kind of situation like that you and I both know is not good? Or why would the divine feminine run into it? Because you popped up here, so let me get off the divine masculine, his karmic situation. Your karmic, whoever this divine feminine in this karmic situation, this popped up and said you got to deal with this. Now, when I look at this again, also this could mean that you either going between two worlds. Some of you all may be divine feminines. I'm picking this up, thinking about going back to your old karmic ways, or going back to your ways of being to your old self, which is not divine. Okay, karmic ways means you learning some lessons. Like it's like I want to delve in and learn a little bit more lessons because I'm not quite there, or thinking I'm worthy of my divinity, or really I'm not all the way sold. Whoa. Sold on that. Somebody touched my head. Okay, on that. I felt that. That ain't no joke. Woo! When I said that. So I guess they said, was that an amen? On that one? Okay. Whoa. I mean, I felt just said shh on that one. Okay, so that always when there's the curse, it take me back. I'll come back. Okay, help me out. Okay, I understand whoever that was. Thank you. What it was, it a piece of hair going the wrong way? Tell me what it was that needed to been fixed. Okay, so piece of hair. Okay, I don't know. Well, I don't know how about that. Okay, anyway, and so then, like I say about that, you kind of in between two things, common things. You want to learn a lesson. Maybe some of y'all say, I want to learn a little bit more. And between you just being going into your divinity. So that could also be resonating for that as well. This privilege card again, go back to this charity, principles of charity with your love, okay? Pulled out all of them, yeah. And let me just see what the universe is saying, because I think that's a really good note of an overall clear energy. You'll be back on this again. I tried, but it don't work, does it? Divine feminine and divine masculine. Whoa. I mean, I felt them stroke my hair. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Thank you. Oh, wee. Okay. What's happening with divine masculine? What you want to say to him, universe? Universe? I think you said they had this card for you before. You're back again. Divine feminine. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disturbed. Depleted. Is it depleted? Disrupted. Oh, disrupted. Okay, everything the same thing. Disrupted. Don't have my glasses on. Okay. That's why I say you need that energy thing. You got to really get in tune. Do some chakra work. And she's right there at that heart there. There told you this love, this heart, this Shamuel. Really, I'm going to say call on Archangel Shamuel. Really work on that today. And if you can get you some rose quartz, maybe do your meditation. Now, if you don't want to carry that around with you all day today, meditate with that today. Meditate with that today. Or any of those crystals that got to do with the heart chakra. They can be green too. They got the ones too. I'm not professing that. Go to Exotropic Exoterica. He's got a thing about divine feminines, about crystals. Go to his channel and see what kind of crystals you need to work on as far as that. Because off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I want to throw you over there to his so you can see for that. And I'll put the link down in the comment section like I usually do with my footnotes. For that. And then the overall energies for the divine masculine. I create mindful moments throughout the day. Remind myself that I am love and miracles are natural. What it is, and don't that go with this? The wonder in all. Divine masculine, something miraculous or something faded and something that's going to really knock your socks off is going to happen to you all on tomorrow. Especially that's going to help you open up that heart chakra. Just like the divine feminine is working on it in the spiritual. She's doing the work from inside out. You're going to get the work from outside into your heart chakra. Working with that from special Archangel Shamuel. Calling on that Archangel. And you call Shamuel and Charity. Sorry, both of them together. Excuse me, not sorry. Shamuel and Charity. Work with those two, both of y'all. Call on them over the course of the day and see what kind of things that they kind of help move and shape and mold. I'm going to use the word just like the lady. Over the course of the day. Okay, this is a unique way of reading. I know the first part was my rant. in that one. So just kind of seeing what the energies of the day is without saying what's on his mind space, what's on the heart space, things of that is. This really kind of see what the keys and what are the things you got to kind of work on. Okay, you do the work, Divine Master. I do see that happening very soon. Divine Feminine over the course of the day, some old ideas, some old things might manifest spiritually or in the physical. Separate yourself from that. Remember, you know that you had said that he is the one, especially in love, and you got to keep an open mind about how your expectations of how this is going to actually happen so that you can process new love. Because you could have your Divine Masculine, if he's working on himself, he can look like new money. It's like, you looking like new money there, honey. So on that note, we'll say, love you all. Okay, so on that note, I say stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago.